And right now, in that very moment, as beautiful as they look, you wish not to see them like that on your map in red color. Oh no! Not in red! Not in red! So in this video I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen with the troops being attacked by a bunch of R4s. Now I want you to notice how the helicopters are spreading, okay? They're not really, how can I put it, that clever, right? If you ask the helicopter to attack, they will come, they will probably shoot a little bit, but then they will spread. So only a portion of the helicopters will keep attacking. The rest will just go away. So I just want you to notice that, because you should have that in mind where you're planning the attack, and obviously you want to properly steer the helicopters and make the most out of them. Okay, so we're gonna start from Skinks. Now we know that Skinks are perfect for the planes, but not really that good for helicopters. Now I've got those 4 sets of Skinks from the previous video, so you know, I might just use that in here, but we know they're not really that good for helicopters, and therefore they're not really gonna do much damage, and they're gonna go fairly quickly. So here we go, have a look at that one. The next one is the King Tigers. Now I only got one group, and it's 5 King Tigers. So I want you to see how long does it take for 57 groups of R4s to destroy 5 King Tigers. There you go. Now this time we've got FP6 and we've got 10 groups of them. Now FP6 is the vehicle designed for air units. They don't have a long range, but they are very powerful. But most importantly, their armor is very high. So you've got a group of 7 with a high firepower and the high armor. And to be honest, I've noticed that after quite a good while of playing the game, that when you have a bunch of them, they're actually quite good against other troops as well. So there was one video where I've been attacked by Mustangs, and I didn't really have a choice. I like almost knew I'm gonna lose the base, and I had to quickly build something, right? And I didn't know what to do. They had lots of planes, lots of other troops, but they relied mainly on the train to destroy my base. So because of that, I thought the best way for me will be to build a bunch of FP6s and go with them, because if I choose them, at least I will be safe from the sky, right? And they are also in group quite powerful against other troops, other ground units. And that's what I did. So at the moment we've got 10 groups, and to be honest, when I was making this video, I actually had a bit of doubt whether the helicopters managed to actually kill them. But well, it's been slightly different. Have a look. Okay, and lastly, we've got 10 groups of M16s. Now we know M16s, they come in group of 27, so there's a lots of them. They are quite good troops because they're cheap. The production times is quite fast, and especially in the large quantities, they can be quite damaging. But although I've got more of them than FP6s, in this case I was not too worried that they're gonna destroy my helicopters. But this is what happened. There you go. Okay, so in here what I want to show you is how to actually use a bunch of helicopters, because when you have that many, they're not really effective and they're very difficult to drive them properly or fly them properly, okay? Because they're not, if you ask them to attack a particular group, they will fly there, they'll start attacking it, and then they will spread. So it's only a fraction of them actually shooting, okay? So when you have loads of helicopters, it's better to make a few groups and then attack, do the one attack in a multiple targets, and then once those targets are gone, then you need to group them all into one group and then keep attacking individual units. I found this the most effective way, because otherwise, as you've seen in the previous examples, that they are just all over the place, and it's actually very hard to pinpoint the troops which are beneath them, because there's so many helicopters, creating this cloud where you cannot click, and when you try to click, you're actually clicking on your helicopters. So what you really need to do is that you need to retrieve, make the target visible, and then click on that target so they fly towards it. And obviously you're losing time and you are losing helicopters, but but trust me, that will be much more effective than you leaving them out there and let them shoot wherever they want, okay? Because that way you're gonna lose lots of them. So in this occasion, I've created Bredas. Now, this example is to basically show you how quickly you can destroy a large amount of enemies. And you just need to imagine that these are the anti-air units or other units, moles or stuff like that. The units which actually cause damage to your helicopters, okay? So out of this particular example, you can see how quickly we can actually get rid of a bunch of Bredas, but at the same time, if you imagine that these are actually the units of the anti-air units, the same applies to them. So you make a few groups of few bunches of your helicopters and then attack multiple targets at the same time, and then you press the home button, which is select all, retrieve, and then keep coming back for individual targets. So this is how I do it. So first of all, if you have too many helicopters, I would suggest to zoom out to the point where you actually can see them on one screen, because otherwise it's going to be absolutely crazy. Now, you can see at the moment the game is very small, so normally I wouldn't play like that, but in this case you want the highest field of view so you can be as much effective as possible. So this is how I would do it. So let's move them here, and let's split them into 4 groups actually. So you don't need to have equal groups, okay? Just roughly, right? Just roughly. So let's say like that. Okay. Okay. Now I bring this group slightly closer here. Not too close, of course, but Okay, and now you need to be fast, because what you need to do, you need to select individual group and then select on the target. Now what I suggest you do, you need to think about the time. How long will it take if I select these troops and I indicate I want them to shoot at this target, but then I need to deselect them, go to the next group, click it, and then select another target, and then do the same with the third group and the fourth group. And what we want all four to come roughly at the same time. And this is important, because if it's only one group at the time, that you will lose the whole purpose of having so many helicopters. Because if you have a group of 57 helicopters, then the ground troops will be picking randomly. They will be confused. If you have just a small group, it doesn't make sense, right? It would be like me having 57 groups and sending one group at a time, right? You can destroy them all and you're not gonna really do much, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's say we're gonna send this first. Okay, now because I'm gonna send them first, I will move slightly further. This one will go, let's say, here. This one here, and this one I will leave here. Okay, well, let's see if that's gonna work. Well, let's see. So I need to be quick, so let's go for this, 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 this. Come on. Okay. Now at that point I can actually select the home. Okay, they all shooting at them. Let me zoom in. There's no way you can select any other troops, right? There is just no way. But I've got them, so if you have something standing out, then yes, you can select them. Now they start spreading, so what I would do, I would just go straight into the one which I can select. Now everyone will go there, and by the time they start spreading, well, actually it's gone now, so it's good. In this case, it was good. So many of them, so many. But you see how quickly that went. And if that was the anti-air units, and just remember the what you want to do with those helicopters, you want to destroy the enemy at their base. So as you are going at the base, you will most likely have a full flak base, long range. So you have to be very efficient. So you're going there, destroying all the troops, and then go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until you are until you lose them all, basically. So, and again, I haven't lost, well, that's stupid of me actually. I didn't lose any because of that was Bredas. But yeah, so that's what you should do with a bunch of helicopters. Okay. That's nice. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope that was useful. And now if you could take 2 sets of FP6s and drive over the like button and just leave them. The weight should press on that button, and then if you get 3 sets of R4s and just fly over the subscribe button and then just destroy it. Just destroy it completely. So it's no longer red. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.